Welcome to iTeacher. I am your internet teacher who will help you all the way. For your convenience, you may drag me around or minimize me. Blood clotting is a natural body mechanism that triggers itself when bleeding and damage to the blood vessels occur. It causes the body system to produce solid masses of red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets immediately. Blood clotting tends to minimize blood loss and repairs and heals a wound or damage that occurs to the blood vessels.
Let's consider this situation. You got hurt and the wound starts to bleed. After a while, you realize that the blood stopped oozing from the wound. Have you ever wondered why and how this happens? Well, to find out, let's take a look at what we're going to learn in this lesson. If you look at the mechanism of blood clotting, it starts as soon as a blood vessel is injured and damaged. Thus, blood starts to flow out of the vessel. This stimulates the platelets to clump together at the site of the wound. What happens next is that clotting factors such as thrombokinase, vitamin K and calcium ions begin to activate the convert.
Alright, on sub lesson 7. So we're going to talk about changing from decimal to fraction. And yes, we learned earlier from fraction to decimal. Okay, so let's put a problem. Let's say for example, okay, 0.75. Okay, 0.75. I want to convert that into a fraction. Okay, so now put a line. Okay, see where the decimal is? Right below the, see the decimal is right next to it, put 1. Okay, anything after the decimal, see how many numbers are there? 2. Put 2 zeros. Okay, follow very carefully. Okay, that's a decimal right there next to it, put 1. On this side, see how many numbers are there? Matching to that, put 0. So now take it away, the 0 and decimal away. So you got 75 over 100. Okay, now simplify it. So in 75 and 100, what is a common number both has? 25. Okay, or you can even start with a small number and then you keep dividing. So in this case, 25 is a common number because in 75 there are 325. In 100 there's a 425. 3 over 4. There you go. See that? Okay, now let's do another one. I say 0.5. Okay, what's our first step? Put a line right where the decimal is. Come down this way, only put 1. And then this side, how many numbers? 1 number, 0. See that? Then get rid of that. Point and 0 go away. 5 over 10. And then in 5, this 5 and 10, what's a common number we can divide? So we can divide this by 5. We can divide this by 5. Gives me 1 over 2. There you go. See, that's the same thing with this one. You can divide this by 25. You can divide this by 25. That gives you 3 over 4. It's not bad, isn't it? Let's do another one. Okay. Let's say 0.4. Okay. Or let's say 4.5. Okay. Make it okay, like this one. Same thing. What do we start by? Put a line. That's a decimal right there. Come down. This side you put 1. This side, how many numbers? 2. 1, 2. And then take this away. Okay. So this one becomes 45 over 100. Okay, now you want to ask, what's the common number that 45 and 100 can be divided by? Let's say 5. Okay, divide this by 5, divide this by 5, gives me 9 over 20. And I can't simplify anymore. That's it. Pretty easy, isn't it? Okay, now what about, you said, well, what about there is a number with a decimal? Okay, let's say for example 4.25. Okay, alright, so what you do is always, if there's a number, take the number off because it's going to be 4, whatever the decimal is going to be. Okay, fraction is going to be. So we're just going to look at this one. Pretend, just take the 4 out. After you took the 4 out, left is what? 0.25. Okay, so put a line right below. Next here, put 1. This side, 2 zeros. Why 2 zeros? That's a 2 numbers. Okay, always 1. Okay, right after the next, always 1. No more than 1. Okay, 1, 1, 1. Okay, keep in mind. So now you can get rid of this 0 and decimal. So make it 25 over 100. So what's the common number that 25 and 100 can be divided by? 25 by itself. Okay, so this one divided by 25, this one divided by 25 gives me 1 over 4. Okay, then I bring it back here, 1 over 4. This 4 right there, this is the one we change it into fraction. Okay, it's not bad, isn't it? Now remember, if it's a negative, okay, just put a negative right there, carry it on. Okay, same thing, if it's a negative here, just carry the negative there. Okay, that's pretty, it's not bad, right? Okay, how about you do this? Okay, let's say for example 3.8. You do it. Go ahead, pause it, and then you do it. How is it? It's not bad. Pretty easy, isn't it? You take the so we know it's going to be 3. It's going to be like this. Then you just deal with the decimal, okay, without the number, round number, 0.8. Okay, we put a line right down here. Okay, this side 1, this side just a 0. Okay, so that makes it 8/10. A common number you can divide is this one by 2, this one by 2, gives me 4/5. So bring that up, 4/5. Okay, that 3 right there, 0.8 is the one we changed to do that. I tell you, math is easy. It's fun too. And I'm so glad that you are with me. And I am going to make you expert